Good day everyone, especially to you Miss Mary May Romualdez. We are the Group 6 presenters, and before we start our topics, let me introduce myself. I'm Israel Kondi from BSED Math 1B. So, what we're going to do is to identify what is global city attributes, what is demography, and how it affects the global city, and lastly, the application of demography. So, what is global city? Global city, it is a city that is very important to the world because it is a center for business, communication, culture, and travel. People from different countries connect there for trade, jobs, and ideas. Example, the New York City. New York City, it has a major companies, international banks, famous media, and people from all over the world. So in short, that the global city, it connects to the world.
Hello everyone, we will gonna tackle about the global city. Before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Leo Jim A. Brunyola from BSED Math 1B. So let's proceed to the topic global city. The 21st century is a hub for the closer relation of states and for a wider perspective in the technological development. As such, the world became a web where people can witness the interconnectivity of nations. It is globalization that made nations closer to each other. Yes, globalization is one of the key that the nations are connected to each other. It is one of the advantages of globalization which it makes the countries or nations connected to each other. As such, that globalization makes countries and nations more advanced and the communications makes fast, not just communication, also transportation of goods. According to Thomas Friedman in his book, The World is Flat, there are three stages of globalization. The first stage is the globalization 1.0 that lasted from 1492 to 1800 and shrunk the world from a size large to a size medium. This is known as the horsepower, wind power, and later on the steam power. The second stage is the age of mercantilism and colonialism, and the driving forces were workforce and the age of Pax Britannica when Great Britain was the hegemonic power in terms of trade and economy. It is known as the globalization 2.0. The third stage, which occurred during the second half of the 20th century, refers to the age of Pax Americana, when the United States of America was the hegemonic power in terms of security, trade, and economy. It was called the Globalization 3.0. After the fall of the Soviet Union in the 1980s, the United States of America became the sole superpower in the so-called unipolar world. In the 19th and 20th century, the present condition does not use a tactics of force as a primary strategy in maintaining one's influence over another state. Rather, it uses soft power to retain its dominance over a less powerful state. The soft power, according to Joseph Nye 2004, who coined the term, uses different methods to establish cooperation or attraction. This form of power arises from the attractiveness of a country's culture, political ideas, and policies. When this power When these policies are deemed justifiable by other countries, soft power is enhanced.
So my topic is all about multinational corporations. Multinational corporations play a substantial role in the global economy and enjoy a multitude of privilege such as unquestionable access to vast amounts of wealth they draw from their income, theoretical immortality to a certain extent, and the ability to pit themselves against one another. The global city serves as a hub for production, finance, and telecommunications. According to Sassen, outline the different characteristics of globality and maintain its link to globalization. There are 4 characteristics of a global city. The first one is the cultural diversity of the people. The second one is existence of a center of economy. The third one is geographic dispersal of economic activities that marks globalization, and the last one is global reach performance. According to the 2018 Global Cities Index, New York ranked the highest in terms of the general criteria: business activity, human capital, information exchange, cultural experience, and political engagement. New York is followed by London, Paris, Tokyo, and Hong Kong. Thomas Friedman, 2005, posted that change is inevitable due to the flattening of the world. His travels exposed him to diverse nationalities, ethnicities, and classes, leading him to conclude that the 21st century world is becoming increasingly globalized and interconnected. Technological innovation, economic cooperation, and political alliances in the international arena amplify new trends in international relations. Globalization flattens the world, according to Viote and Kaupe, 2013, who define it as the continuous increase in transnational and worldwide economic, social, and cultural interactions that surpass state boundaries, generating political implications. Demography is a field in statistics that is concerned with birth, death, income, or the incidence of disease, which later illustrates the changing structure of human populations. In the context of political science, demography is a statistical study to determine world populations.
Good evening everyone, I'm Muslim Palacio from BSID Math 1B. My topic for today is all about global demography. According to Friedman, 2005 posited that change is inevitable due to the flattening of the world. His travel exposed him to diverse nationalities, ethnicities, and classes, leading him to conclude that 21st century world is becoming increasingly globalized and interconnected. Technological innovation, economic cooperation, and political alliances in the international arena exemplify new trends in international relations. Friedman says the world is becoming flat because technology and globalization connect people everywhere. This makes change unavoidable and increases interaction among countries. Example, ordering items in another country like Shopee or Amazon. Receiving them at your doorstep shows how the world is more connected and flat. Globalization flattens the world, according to Beauty and Coffee 2013, who define it as the continuous increase in transnational and worldwide economic, social, and cultural interaction that surpass state boundaries, generating political implications. They define globalization as the growing economic, social, and cultural interaction across countries, which crosses borders and affects politics. Example, Filipino using Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram apps created in other countries shows global social interaction. Global platforms also influence public opinions and politics. Mauni ang world population percentage pag 2017. Last, global demography encompasses trends and practices in world politics. It studies the issues and development of the global population, laying out the present condition of the world and its population.
So, according to Ronald Lee in 2003, demography is currently in transition. The mortality rate declined, followed by fertility, causing population growth rates to accelerate and then to slow down again. This demographic transition leads to low fertility, long life, and an old population. So, kini nga demographic transition is magpadulong siya kaubos ang fertility, but taas na siya long life and an old population. So the ongoing transition in global demography is caused by formal migration and some historical events such as colonialism, interwar reduction, and post-World War immigration. So sa ongoing sa sige nila og transition about in global demography kay nakakos na ni siya formal migration og some historical events. So colonialism is the practice where one country extends and maintains a political, social, economic, and cultural control over another territory and its people, often to exploit resources and assert dominance. So, makikcolonize bitaw sila into another country, another people, or sa mga politics, sa mga inana, to control over another territory. So, when we say sa interwar reduction, refers to disarmament efforts between World War I and World War II. So when kanang disarmament gani kay is the process of reducing or eliminating a country's military weapons and armaments to promote peace and security. So interwar reduction kana ang between the two war kay kuan na nila ang peace environment or gi-promote nila ang ipaubos ang mga weapons about military to promote peace and security. According to Ronald Lee, he explains that the transition to low mortality rate was influenced by the reduction of contagious and infectious disease caused by the advancement in medicine and improved nutrition because of the presence of local and international markets due to better transportation of goods. So, nag-explain siya nga kanang ning ubos ang mortality rates tungod sa mga sa pag-influence sa mga medicines, advanced medicines and improved nutrition kay mas napadali bitaw ang for example, daghan na yung infection tungod sa sakit but tungod sa medisina or sa good nutrition mas na-improve siya ning baba yung mortality rate din kanang mas ning better siya tungod sa good transportation og mas napadali ang pag-ayo sa tao tungod sa medicines. So, global demography is a series of events in population growth, fertility, and mortality rate for the past years, decades, and centuries. So, ang global demography no kay is the study of kuan man daw kanang kung pila na population sa kalibutan or how about the fertility or the mortality rate. Mao na siya ang pasabot sa global demography. Since globalization has something to do with the population demand of a state, its effect on demography in terms of overpopulation must be noted. So, since ang globalization kay naman siya effect about population demand in population demand of a state. So, naging siya effect in demography, di ba? So, in terms of overpopulation, kinahanglan jud na siya og tagdon ng kana nga problema. That's all. Thank you.